I'll be hitting you with another one of them old phenomenal shits.
This is not medical information or advice. Shalom, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call halal Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash. And double honors as always to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. This is going to be a prophecy watch, ultimately linking things that are happening worldwide to the Holy Scriptures to show the faithful elect, the remnant, that the words of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai are faithful and true. All right, as we hasten, all right, the end of this kingdom, all right, and the uprising of a righteous kingdom, all right, that's going to be established by the Most High through his only begotten Son, all right, who ultimately he created to rule this whole entire planet Earth, all right, and we, the sons of God, all right, along with the rest of the men, women, and children whom the Lord will have mercy on, all right, are fighting in hopes to be joint heirs with him, all right, to help establish that rulership, all right, in the form of the tabernacle of David, starting with the 144,000, the priest, all right, after the order of Melchizedek, the servants, the prophets, which some of those very men are here in these times, preaching and prophesying, singing a new song, which is going to lead to the end, all right, of this very, very system. Under the blood of Yahweh Shai, we have been given a testimony, okay, to ultimately go out to the highways and the byways and do these videos, all right, to push the right vibration, all right, and just like the walls of Jericho fell through mere, sound, all right, a new song has been given to the servants, the prophets, which ultimately has been working as this word, reaching the internet as it did, before the internet, our apostles and elders were laboring, and the men, all right, before them going back, to our elder, all right, Abba Bivens, all right, which from that point up until now, so much has been done, all right, as pertaining to the ministry, which the ministry and the gifts that we were given, all right, for the purpose of edifying the body, all right, and singing a new song, all right, and it's working, right? So as you can see here, okay, the remnant is being gathered. See, when you read Revelation, the 7th chapter, and around when you read from the top, it talks about the four winds being held back, and represents the destruction, all right, and ultimately what's holding those four winds back is that the servants of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua have to be sealed in their forehead, okay, and that goes to the 144,000, okay, and then you have the large multitude, the rest of the men, women, and children. That's the remnant that's going to be established, okay, and to start this thing over with righteousness, all right, the 2/3 will be absolutely obliterated, okay. Now, the scriptures talks about how the gates of hell would not prevail, against the true church of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and Peter is the rock on whom that church is built, which ultimately we know in spirit that's King David. And the church, as Yahweh Shai promised, all right, would also be raised up through the Holy Spirit in the uttermost parts of the world. And that's where we are here in Babylon the Great. And we are definitely in the end times. Or as a matter of fact, you can see what this title says, starting with this article, Gil Bates, all right, dark dream of blocking the sun from the earth is about to be realized. Now, before we get into this article, let's get that scripture that I quoted. Okay. And as a matter of fact, let's start here. Give me 1 second. And we'll start at because what's getting ready to happen is we're getting ready to be delivered. Okay. And the elite know that. So you have here Revelation, the 12th chapter and the 10th verse. It says, "And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation." And when you get the book of 2nd Esdras, the 6th chapter and the 9th verse, we know that our salvation is synonymous with the end of Esau's world. You see? So now has come salvation. The scriptures say Esau is the end of the world. All right. Esdras asked a question, which shall be the beginning of the first. All right. Which shall be the end of the first, Salakia. All right. In the beginning of it that follow it. All right. So the end of the first is associated with Esau's blessing, that he would have the fatness of the earth, the dew of heaven from above. He will rule. All right. With a very, very great military. And he would have power to the point where it would look like, there was no way out of the captivity he had us in. His rulership seems unpenetrable. All right. And we know that we need, help from on high, you see, but the Lord is doing things like dividing them. All right. And, he's putting the spirit on them to openly boast in their plans, and they're making a fool of themselves. All right. But don't think Esau Edom ain't going to come down with great wrath. He looks crazy. He's goofy. He's weird. He's all over the place, but he's serious about his plan. As crazy as it sounds when we bring these things out, all right, you have to understand this is the devil the Bible speaks of. This is the children of Satan, which means what? Adversary. The word devil means deceiver. And he's been a deceiver, and he's been adverse to righteousness with the rulership that he's had, all right, since he's come out of those caves, all right, in the 1400s, all right, which established the Renaissance, all right, and the scripture said he would be loosed from his prison for a little season, and his little season is just about up. And what will mark the end of his little season, all right, will ultimately be the raising up of the prophets. Okay, the servants, the prophets would be set in order. All right, set them in order. Let's get that real quick. It's a lot happening. Get a few articles. All right, set them in order. This is the book of Psalms, the 50th chapter. Okay. Man, this describes you devil's rulership absolutely to a T. Okay. Psalms 50. All right, and 16, "But unto the wicked the Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes?" Here it is. You act like, you're the chosen people of the Most High, but nothing you do establishes righteousness. You don't push the law, statutes, and commandments throughout the planet Earth. You rule by your own code. The people that are over there calling themselves the chosen people, all right, they rule, all right, with a government that's predicated upon the beast system. Have a prime minister. Okay, they're not ruling with the moral code of the law, statutes, and commandments. They haven't established the throne of David. Or that as thou shouldest take it my covenant into thy mouth. That's what they did. All right. "Seeing that thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee," and this system has done just that. Okay, your president swearing on the Bible. All right, but a day later they have that stupid suit on with that pen signing in legislation to allow 8-year-olds to be able to change themselves, and all other forms of perversions. Okay? "When thou sawest the thief," all right, "then thou consentest with him." All right? You don't condemn evildoers. Evildoers are actually rewarded in this world, and has been partakers with adulterers. Okay? "Thou givest thy mouth to evil, thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, and slanderest thine own mother's son." This is what you Edomites, all right, did to the Israelites. Okay, you slandered us through pseudoscience and many other things. See? And as a matter of fact, real quick, let me show you this article before we get this guy. Let me show you the slander that these weirdos are pushing as well. Let's get it real quick. Okay. Biden's, all right, transmission health secretary says climate change disproportionately affects black communities' health. So again, all right, they're using our people, and particularly the head tribe, the tribe of Judah, as a means to force and push their agendas worldwide. Okay, and this is a flip flopper. It's not a woman. See, but again, we told you that when the Biden administration got in office, you would see freakism, all right, forward itself. All right, the Biden appointed Secretary of Department of Health. All right, now how crazy is that? That this is the secretary, all right, of the department, assistant secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services. It just shows you what a mess that Babylon the Great is, right? They cast instructions behind their back. They have no shame. And now nothing is being refrained from these people. They're doing and saying whatever the hell they want, and it's getting more bizarre. All right? So she's linking the climate issue, all right? Now it's affecting blacks more than anything. So again, this is going to be a narrative to go ahead and push this system that they want. Okay? In a video posted to X to honor Black History Month, all right, Admiral, the Admiral, all right, Richard Rachel Levine highlighted the impact of sea change, all right, that it was having on the physical and mental well-being of Jake and the so-called black communities. See? And you got to understand, these people are spraying all kind of I mean, if you look up in the sky, I mean, it could be 3 a.m. They're still flying those planes spraying stuff. Okay, these phones are pushing out more and more frequencies and messing people's, all kind of stuff is going on. All right, but they're going to blame it on sea change. It says emphasizing a disproportionate effect on black, all right, Americans compared to white Americans. So we got to help the black. Again, we've told you that these Dems, these Democrats, use you so-called Negroes, all right, as a pawn, all right, to forward these weird, crazy agendas. Listen to this nigga.
Hello, I'm Admiral Rachel Levine. This Black History Month, I'm pleased to partner with OMH in advancing better health through better understanding for Black communities. Climate change is having a disproportionate effect on the physical and mental health of Black communities. Black Americans are more likely than white Americans to live in areas and housing that increase their susceptibility to climate-related health issues. And 65% of Black Americans report feeling anxious about climate change's impact. Through our Office of Climate Change and Health Equity and the Office of Environmental Justice, we're working with providers and community leaders to identify innovative approaches that empower communities to address the health consequences linked to climate change. Visit hhs.gov for more information and tune in next Thursday to hear from another HHS leader on how you can contribute to advancing better health for Black communities.
For more information, visit hhs.gov/black-history-month. Produced by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hello, I'm
The Admiral. Remember David Robinson was the Admiral? Oh my goodness, where are we? Let's look up the term admiral, just to so we can know the folly that we're witnessing. A commander of a fleet, all right, or naval squadron, or a naval officer of a very high rank. Okay, get your mans, all right. But this is the folly we're witnessing, man. Okay, get that up out of here. So, again, Psalms 50. So sea change is now racist, and again, we have to fight racism. We have to, again, they're at the end of the road. You Edomites are at the very end of your rule. Okay, point blank. Period. Okay, This has to be stopped. Psalms 50 and 20. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thy slanderest thine own mother's son. The Israelites. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. See? So you're being reproved via this testimony, and we're being set in order before your eyes. See? Now this at one point was speaking to Jake, the leaders in Israel. All right. But the scriptures talks about how wisdom is double one against another. So this applies to you Edomites, man, as the curses are falling on you. I got a few things to show you now. Let's go back here and let's go to this crazy, all right, article here. All right, because things are getting bizarre. Okay. Gil Bates. Oh, what I was gonna get, all right, was the gates of hell. As a matter of fact, let's get that. And you notice these articles are starting to quote more scriptures because they're watching the prophets. Okay, let's just get this real quick. This is Yahushua speaking to Peter. Okay, Matthew 16 and 18. Okay, and I say unto thee that thou art Peter. All right. Which means what? Petra, means rock. And upon this rock will I build my church, and the gates of hell, all right, shall not prevail. See? As a matter of fact, when you get the book of Psalms, the 40th chapter, real quick, and these videos are done all through the Spirit, so the Spirit guides us to what the Lord wants to be said. So this is Psalms 40. Okay, and 2, it says, he brought me up out of a horrible pit, all right, out of the midst of miry clay, okay, where it's hard to move forward, where you're trapped, and set my feet upon a rock and established my goings. See, now we can freely move, operate, right? And he hath put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our power. Many shall see it and fear and shall trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And that's happening. So these devils have to move, as the scriptures say, with great wrath. See, but right here, the Lord said that the gates of hell will not prevail. And it's very interesting, all right, that that wording was used, all right, because gates represents leadership. All right, when you go into the scriptures, let's see what this Greek word is. When you go to the gates of the nobles, there was the gates in our culture represented leadership. So the leadership of hell, all right, which the scriptures tell you that he is as death and cannot be satisfied, but his desire is as hell, destruction. He just can't stop. So the gates, all right, the gate, pule, or phile, all right, and the largest sort, the wall of either a city, which again, that's associated with rulership. The nobles would sit at the gates. A town, a temple, a prison, metaphorically, the access or entrance into any state. So the access or entrance into this NWO, okay, and who have made this prison planet, see, the leaders of this whole setup, all right, are not going to prevail, okay? See here. Yeah, and you can go in the scriptures. You could just type in gates, nobles. Gates represent where the leadership. All right, so the leadership who are in the forefront of this plan, they're not going to prevail. All right. So to bring it all home, this is Revelation 12 and 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and the strength. All right, and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before the Most High day and night. And they constantly accuse us. All right. You see that accusation right there by that transmission. Okay. What is that? That thing is telling you about health. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. See, the blood of Yahweh Shai has given us this testimony. And they love not their lives unto the death. See? And that's going to be a needed mindset. All right, to get through this. You have to view this life as dung. See? Verse 12 says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he hath but a short time. See, and when the dragon, which is the revival of Rome, saw that he was cast into the earth via what? How has he been cast to the earth? Being kicked out of heaven? No, fallen from his lofty position, and it's happening through this word. He's being exposed. He persecuted the woman, the nation of Israel, which brought forth the man-child, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Okay, in particular, Judah. All right, and all of the tribes. All right, us who have this testimony, persecution is coming, but he knows that he hath but a short time. He has but a little time, a little season. Okay, he must be loosed a little season. That's in the book of Revelation, the 20th chapter. So it's gonna get ugly. Gilbait's dark dream of blocking sunlight from the earth is about to be realized. All right, and then he quotes Revelation 11 and 18 again. These people are watching the prophets and they learning. All right. You Christians, basically, you hearing aspects in particular scriptures in the Bible that you've never heard when you listen to the Israelites. You're hearing breakdowns. You're hearing perspective on the scriptures that you never heard dealing with the Israelites. All right. Now we know, all right, where the truth is coming from. But all of the Israelites that are out there, all right, they're pushing, that we're the Israelites, especially the camps that have the chart. Those are the most fervent camps. All right, that are on the highways and the byways, the ones that are calling on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Those are the most fervent camps, even the ones we don't agree with, that are out there, all right, and that are constantly putting up videos. So the devil, they're watching. Anyway, this guy, okay, the demented snake oil salesman is what they call him, all right, has long argued in favor of a bizarre plan to fight G-warming by using experimental geoengineering to partially block the sun rays from reaching the earth. Well, he's apparently about to get his wish, all right? And they're doing a lot, man. That's why they're keeping, especially you Jakes, they're keeping your minds, filled with folly and confusion and, all of this celebrity gossip. Meanwhile, they're at these forums and these meetings and these councils, all right, and they have some serious plans. The food is changing. The earth is changing under the hands of the wicked, right? They plan to begin pumping chemicals into the sky over the next few weeks and months from several countries around the globe, including U.S., Australia, and Israel. Now, wait a minute. Why is Israel doing this? Why is Israel doing this? Ain't they supposed to be in line with the plan of the Father? Where in the Bible is it okay to just pump chemicals into the sky to block the sun? Which we're going to get into that. See, you see, everything is exposing the truth, man. The idea promoted by Gates, all right, the leftist billionaire G. Soros, involves pumping man-made white clouds containing chalk dust, and a lot of the clouds we see in the sky, a lot of them are fake. Okay? It says, into the atmosphere to reflect sunlight away from the Earth's surface. Why? All right, we need the sun, right? Here it is, people who get, cancer, they'll put you under chemo, which is light. All right, and what that does is, it kills the cancer cell, but what does it do? It kills all of the cells around it. So, all right, you're sick, your hair falls out because it's killing the necessary cells that you need as well. See? And you're forever, your cancer may be so-called cured or stopped for a point in time, in remission, they say, or however they say it. But you're hooked on all of these other medications. But then they'll tell you to stay out of the sun. Now you're gonna put me under light to heal and kill the cancer, but I can't go out in the sun. See, the earth and you Edomites don't mesh. All right. When you get the curse of Cain, who had the curse of pretty much leprosy, his pigment was taken away. All right. And that spirit returned through Esau. That's why I made it a point to tell you that he was red all over like a hairy garment. Not that he was hairy, but the garments that would dye red. All right. The hairy garments, they were of sheep, goat skin and all of that would dye it in red. So Esau wasn't hairy when he came out, but he was red all over like the hairy garments that they used to dye red because he didn't have any pigment in his skin. That was Cain, all right, coming. That was basically Cain and Abel coming back through Jacob and Esau. All right, but what did the scripture say to Cain? All right, let's get it real quick. Cursed from the earth. Genesis 4:11. Now art thou cursed from the earth, which have opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. See, a fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. And this is what Esau is. This is all fulfilled in Esau. Okay? Because you got to think all of the line of Cain died in the flood. So how are they going to pay for all of this evil that they've done? They're going to pay through Esau. But again, he's cursed from the earth. He can't stand in the sun. The earth, all right, is not, all right, budding forth its full strength while he's in rulership. Look at the earth under his rule. Okay, they blow up the earth to get stones, and they make synthetic soil, synthetic seeds, synthetic foods. See? No longer will the ground yield good crops for you, no matter how hard you work. That's in the NLT, because ultimately he's not right. So the earth is not in a good state while the man of sin is ruling it. You see, and now he wants to go even further with it and block the sun. The sun attacks Edomites. The sun don't attack Israelites. All right, even lighter skinned Israelites, they don't have to go through what these Edomites go through. All right, and you brothers and sisters who happen to look like Edomites, that's just a curse you got to deal with. All right, but there you go, cursed from the earth. All right, and when it's all said and done, all right, we're all going to be returned to our royal look, man. From a dark to a light brown hue. Okay. And you know what? At one point, all nations were dark skinned. See, Cain was the first to have his pigment snatched. All right. And that returned through Esau. And that curse is through the earth. But there's going to be a point, man, where all Edomites are done away with, man. All right. And we ain't going to see nobody looking like this no more. All right. But because they're cursed from the earth, they're getting ready to destroy everything. Blocking the sun's light would allegedly lower the planet's temperature enough to reverse G-warming. You see that shit? You hear this? Never mind that fruit trees and vegetables require sunlight. Well, again, the natural fruit and the natural way of doing things is also a reason that the earth is heating up. So again, with the new world, they mean business. Okay, they're attacking carbon. You need carbon. Carbon is an essential part of life. Okay, it's a big part of your D to the N to the A makeup. All right, carbon is life. All right, and basically now life is the enemy. He's the enemy of life. Okay, never mind that fruit trees and vegetables require sunlight in order to grow. and produce food for the masses, not to mention sunlight is the primary source of critical vitamin D. All right. And how do we eat the sun? Through what? Vegetation, herbs, because the sun, all right, beams down onto the what? The earth. The Lord knew what he was doing when he created creation. Okay. He doesn't have need for any counselor pursuant to the book of Sirach. But here it is. These devils are to fix the earth. We have to undo what the Most High did. So it's getting ready to be a bunch of sick, and this is gonna this all that he's doing is affecting the mind of people. It's affecting the health of people, and we're feeling some of the effects of it. This is why we have to take care of ourselves, man. Gates, a known, all right, you see this word. They just took down one of my videos, so here they come, all right. But you know what? You know what? Let's look up this. Just read the definition. Come on. Worldwide, they believe that they could perfect human beings and eliminate so-called social ills through, all right, genetics and heredity. Okay, they believe the use of methods, all right, as involuntary sterilization, segregation, and social inclusion, all right, will rid society's individuals deemed to be unfit, and they're doing that now. But now it's through what this term called transhumanism, which is just that in another term. All right, and again, this is not medical information. This is not medical information or advice. Oh, man, we got to get the hell up out of here, man. Never mind that the trees and the vegetables require sunlight in order to grow or to produce food, all right, which they don't want real foods anymore. It's too much light, right? Not to mention sunlight is a primary source of critical vitamin D, an essential nutrient for human immunity. Gates, a known, all right, who goes around giving talks about how we need to reduce, all right, the population, likely sees these dark possibilities, all right, as exciting side effects of the nefarious sun blocking plan. Soros is similarly excited about the plan, and these are names that are going to be outlawed to talk about. All right. He says the technology will help to prevent ice from melting in Greenland, which he claims could doom human civilization. How ironic that the very, all right, elite who are doing everything in their power to destroy human civilization claim to be worried about the global warming, all right, that global warming might speed up the process. People like Gates and Soros are doing harm to the environment through their, all right, agenda on multiple levels. Okay, they advocate, all right, blanketing our fertile farmland with toxic solar panels while filling more acres of farmland, all right, with turbines that kill birds and other wildlife. They also push electric cars which run on toxic lithium batteries that are going to create environmental nightmare in the years ahead, because like with solar panels, there's no way, yada yada yada. And you could keep reading, but let's get the scripture on what they're really up to. Let's get Jeremiah, the 31st chapter. All right, Jeremiah 31. All right. And ultimately, it goes into how we're going to receive a new covenant, right? And that's where we're on our way to. where we're going to attain godhood, perfection. On the right-hand side, new bodies to where we never go off again. So Esau's just trying to put us in a position of where we constantly go off to where we just die off, right? Jeremiah 31:35. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day. Giveth. He provides the sun for a light by day. Okay? These things are in their course, and they're obedient to their course. They're faithful to their course, and they're there for a reason. Okay? Again, when the sun and the moon were made, the Lord said it was good. All right? The Elohim. All right? That the Most High gave the blueprint, starting with his only begotten Son, to create all of these things. Okay? Said it was good. Okay? The Lord gave the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon, all right, and the stars for a light by night, which divided the sea, okay, when the waves thereof roar. The sun, all right, is for the day, the moon is for the night. It also deals with the tides, you know, the waves, and so forth. It's a beautiful operation, man. Okay? And it needs to be, this earth just needs new management. The Yahweh is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, because those are ordinances, those are commands. See, when you look up the word ordinance, it's a command. See if we can look up the word ordinances. Chach, okay? Okay, statute, ordinance, limited, something prescribed, do, a task, right? He's shooting missiles at the moon. Like, what are these heathen doing? Action prescribed, limit, boundary, ordinance, law, decree, civil enhancements prescribed by the Most High. So these are law. This was an order. So Esau is trying to break the law. He's basically, again, the scriptures, when the scriptures say he's the man of sin, let's get that. It meant it, boy. God damn. Meanwhile, Jake is trying to promote us like we're telling Israel to break the law. No, look at what this guy is doing. Second Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, the man of lawlessness, man. Sin is the transgression of the law. Again, there's laws written in the universe, in the world, in the earth, that are to be followed. See? And Esau knows who we are. He knows this is going to affect us. Who opposeth the son of destruction, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God. Let's look at this word opposeth. This is an opposition, man. This is an opposing. Oh, hell no. Y'all, shit, I don't know.
Strong's G 480. Antikamai.
We know anti. All right, anti. All right. And then Kamai says to be set over against, to opposite, to oppose, to be adverse, okay, to withstand. Adversary. What does Satan mean? Adversary. Okay? And in this very chapter, it tells you this man, verse 9, 2 Thessalonians 2:9. Let's start at 2 Thessalonians 2:8. Then the man of lawlessness will be revealed, but Yahushua will kill him with the breath of his mouth and destroy with the splendor of his coming. This man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit power, signs, and miracles. Okay, and again, we always go into what this word means. Lying wonders, pseudos. That's what everything that we're reading, this is all pseudos science. Let's look up the meaning of it. a matter of fact, let's go back here. Pseudos, a lie, a conscious and intentional falsehood, in a broad sense, whatever is not what it seems to be, perverse and pious, deceitful precepts. What is pseudoscience? A collection of beliefs or practices mistakenly regarded as basic scientific method. A system of theories. They're ruling the world with theories. They teach them in school. Assumptions, method erroneously regarded as scientific, man. Oh boy, I mean, this man just ain't gonna stop, man. It's a lie. That's basically what it is, man. So the Bible prophesied of this madness. This madness, man. Let's go back to the scripture. Jeremiah 31 and 35. Thus saith Yahweh, which giveth the sun for a light by day, all right, and the ordinances of the moon and the stars by night, which divided the sea when the waves roar. Yahweh is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith Yahweh, then the seed of Israel shall also cease from being a nation before me. So wait a minute. Why is Israel involved in this? When you read of the culprits, see here, it says, scientists plan on beginning to pumping chemicals into the sky over the next few weeks to block the sun in months from several countries around the globe, including U.S., Australia, and Israel. Whoa, why? Huh?
A group of Israeli scientists are looking to block out part of the sun. With our planet reaching the hottest average temperature it's seen in recorded history, scientists have been searching for a solution. The Asher Space Research Institute announced they are preparing for the prototype stage of Project Cool Earth, a plan to build giant shades in space blocking about 2% of the sun's radiation. A single shade would need to be the size of Argentina and weigh 2.5 million tons in order to fulfill the goal of cooling the Earth by 2.7 degrees. So their plan is to send multiple rockets carrying many smaller shades. The prototype would be 100 square feet and cost between $10 to $20 million. Supporters applaud the plan as a temperature stabilizer to buy Earth more time to work on green energy efforts. Critics point out the shades would be vulnerable to space debris and asteroids, and the money could be better used planetside.
Oh, wow. So these are the true people, right? Now, don't get me wrong. The true people are doing wickedness in the earth, the true Israelites. But damn. Not like this. There ain't niggas bring darkness, but niggas ain't sitting around in a laboratory. Okay, if niggas had billions of dollars, if you give it like a complete niggard, a loser, millions of dollars, he's just gonna go buy a bunch of stuff, ruin, fly, just do wickedness with the money. But he ain't gonna sit down and say, you know what, let's block the sun. He ain't gonna do that. But, all right, again, these are the people, right? Anyway, let's go back. Let's go back to where we were. All right, Jeremiah 31. And so, again, they're trying to block it because if those ordinances, verse 36, depart from before me, if that law is broken, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel will cease from being a nation before him forever. See? So if he's able to abolish the law of nature, 144, call hello Yabashmi Shai, thus saith the Lord, then he'll basically abolish the nation of Israel from being a nation. That's why he's doing this. Thus said the Lord, if heaven could be measured, all right, or if the foundation of the earth searched out, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all they have done, saith the Lord. And there's no way you can search out. You haven't even discovered, I'd say 5% of the ocean. This is how vast this world is. They try to make you believe, we discovered about 40% of those. No, I'd say about 5%. if that. Okay? These so-called astronauts talk about searching out the heavens. One thing that they said about the heavens is you using these telescopes. One thing, because the Lord has given them power on the left-hand side, but of course they've never been to the moon and all this stuff they say. But the one thing that one of these astronauts said is that when you look, it just continues to stretch itself out, as the scriptures say. He said, this is Isaiah 40:22. It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are grasshoppers, that stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain. See, stretched out and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. So Esau will never be able to search it out. Okay, and then there's also Proverbs 25:3. The heaven for height and the earth for depth, in the heart of the king is unsearchable. And that's Esau wants control over all of those things. He wants control of the minds. All right. He tries to put it out there like he's, knows everything. No, he don't know shit. He knows what the Heavenly Father has opened him up to. Okay. So you Edomites are losing, man. And this earth is being polluted. Okay. This place is absolutely destroyed, man. Okay, I got a treat for you to end it off, but this is another one. Then I was going to get into the MOTB, but I'll do another lesson on that in a minute. 500-gallon underground propane tank leads to catastrophic explosion. This earth, man, this place got to be stopped. This man got to be stopped. This earth, it's just, event after event. Oh, hell no. You know what? I don't even feel you. Because Esau, you give us permission.
An investigation is underway after a catastrophic explosion at a home in Sterling, Virginia. The blast happened last night as emergency crews were responding to gas leaking from a fire.
So it's all kind of destructions and explosions and this and that. We just got to get out of here. But I'm going to end it off on this one. And people are feeling it, man. All right? People are feeling it in this world. As a matter of fact, I did want to show this real quick. Hold up.
Yeah. So, I said in my last video that I had to go to Walmart, right? Well, I'm on the verge of tears right now. I don't know how we can live. I don't know how we can do this for much longer. I really don't. I had a short list of groceries that I needed for the house. And yeah, I did have to buy alcohol, okay? And I'm going to show you what's in the back of my truck. And I can tell you that the number, my husband, we're going to have to sort through this, and then I'm going to have to bring something back. I know it. What I have in the back of my truck should not have cost $600. Over $600. And all I can say is I hope my husband doesn't see this before I get home and tell him face to face. That's it. And I got one thing of meat. I got this. It's 2 pounds of ground beef. That's it. So, and all of this is terrible for you, I'm sure. I'm sure it is. But we can't afford to go out to eat.
Nope.
And it's almost too much for me to cook. I don't know what to do. I can't wash my clothes, wipe my ass, feed my children. Or my child? My husband? No wonder I had to buy alcohol. We're in terrible shape. I'm not gonna lie. And the worst part about this, I will tell you the worst part about this. My husband works his ever-loving arse off, okay? And other people notice. They do. They want him to come to work for them. They've thrown out numbers. But my husband is very loyal, and he's loyal to his current boss. But it's a small company.
Look at their eyes.
But I gotta tell you, hang on. But I gotta tell you, at this point, he may have to make a different decision. And that's scary. That's terrifying. I don't want him to have to move and do a different job, go to a different job, just to make more money so that we can freaking survive.
Let's get the book of Luke. People are struggling, man. People are struggling. People are feeling it. And this is going to go more into the MOTB lesson I'm going to do later, Lord willing. But this is Luke 21:25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth, the stress of the nations, see, with perplexity, and the seas and the waves roaring. Okay? Perplexity. All right? This is where we are. Things are getting hard out here. You got more and more people. All right? The Lord is putting the Spirit on them to get on the internet and express how hard it is to live now. And it's mostly women. Wonder what that's all about. Okay, the people are getting ready to lose their mind. Aporia, the state of one who's in perplexity. The root word, aporio, to be without resources, to be in straits, to be left wanting, to be embarrassed, to be in doubt, not to know which way to turn, to be at loss with oneself, to be in doubt. All right, not to know how to decide what to do, to be perplexed, man. And that's what the scriptures say Egypt shall be likened to women, because that's usually when a woman is without comfort, that's her natural, response is to be perplexed. Well, the scriptures, all of these people are getting ready to be like this. All right, let's get Isaiah, the 19th chapter, and then we'll get one more article, and I'll get into the next news and prophecy a little later. Isaiah 19, and nothing in these times, nothing else, outside of, hanging with the brothers. All right. If you with your woman, little, you get little comforts here and there from, but the bringing this word out is this is my life, man. Because it's literally happening right before our eyes. Isaiah 19 and 16. Okay? And that day Egypt shall be like unto women. Okay? Weak. As it says here, the weaker women are the weaker vessel. And a lot of you have prided yourself in getting outside of that role and order of needed to be protected and this, and through the system of Edomite supremacy, you've had to take on a role as a leader and this. But you're noticing that's not, women. It's just a messed up situation that we're in. We need help. But a lot of women are taking to the internet complaining right now. Everywhere you look, they got their bonnet on, they crying, they looking out into the, they're openly saying they need a man. See, this is how feminism is. This is the serpent's way did not work. And the elect are acknowledging that. All right, the best thing to do for any of us is to repent. It's about to get hard out. It's about to be bad. In that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of Yahweh, which ye have shaken over. And that's the prophecies, the prophets going out. All right. And to you brothers and sisters who may be in straight situations, and hey, the Lord got us. Just continue to pray. You know, hey, the Lord, he gonna take care of us, man. These people are gonna lose. These plagues and these you know, this is for the wicked. Yeah, we're gonna go through straight things, but hey, the wide is coming for us. Okay? You may be in a situation, because we all catching hell. Like, we can mock and laugh at these people for doing these videos, but you got certain believers who are in these situations too. They're just not taking to the internet. They're taking it up with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right? But these people, it's getting hard out here. The squeeze is here. It's all a part of the devil coming down with great wrath. But the prophecies are coming to pass. See? Verse 17 in the NLT, just to speak the name of Israel will terrorize them. All right, for the Lord of heaven's armies has laid out his plan against them. So really, people are going to start to understand this. The prophecies are coming to pass. It's those Israelites, and they're going to, you know, attack us and this and this and that. But I just wanted to bring that out. Now, let's go here. All right, I'm going to be careful because, you know, one of her friends may still, you know, work. But you remember when this chick was the CEO, how many videos was coming down? And I specifically remember when videos were getting taken down, all right, I would picture this lady's face, man. And I remember that moment. And only to find out all of that stuff was a farce. You know, what was getting people's videos taken down in around 2020 to 2023. It all came out to be a lie, right? But I remember, I mean, it was the feeling of having your page snatched, the videos taken down. And I remember it was so angry, and it would be this face. All right, the small hat right here, right? Well, look what happened. Let's read the title, and we ain't gonna even go any further. All right, 19-year-old son of former CEO. All right. And they said it's supposed to be an overdose. So, hey, our enemies are being visited, man. All right. When it's all said and done, it's going to be made manifest who the true children of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai are, man. Shalom.